AP Shaco, 20 bucks, sir. Champ requests aren't free, buddy. Listen, if I got to play some nasty-ass character I don't like, I better be compensated, son. I better be compensated. Jesus. We're going to play maybe GP, maybe Graves. You know what? Actually, you know what I want to play?
Different choices
Misfortune.
equal different outcome. Imagine modded out of your mind with tiny HUD mode / stealth and
no, it would be different.
Ultra on your new PC.
It would be different completely. I mean, modded playthroughs are substantially different depending on the mods. Okay, let's put on something different. Let's put on something we've never heard before. Oh, Red Dead music. Okay. You know, I don't like this skin. I think it fucking sucks, but the animations are so good. I can't lie, the auto attack animation for Gun Goddess Misfortune is actually good as fuck. It's excellent. All the other ones are kind of like archaic and shit, because they're still with her old rig. Like, Captain Misfortune is her best skin, but it feels like classic MF. I like, dude, Gun Goddess feels way better. It just does. Like, you really get a completely different feeling for playing this character. If you go from typical classic, you know, rig to $50 skin.
The bunny one is also peak.
Is it good? I think I've used it, but I don't know, man. There's a certain level of, like, I don't know. Gun Goddess is just good, man. I don't like I hate the aesthetic. I don't care for the aesthetic of Gun Goddess, but, like, the skin feels good to use.
BTW all this RDR2 glaze, you convinced me to play RDR2.
You like it?
I won't drop it cause it's slow this time.
You should not drop it.
Just once I finish Clair Obscure and I'll probably thank you later.
You will. That will be one of your favorite games of all time, I promise you. There is no doubt in my mind. If you can let the game do its thing, you will love that game.
A sight for scurvied eyes.
No Red Dead music. I request Word Bears March by Angusuck.
One sec, buddy. Tarek, thank you, man. World Bearers. Okay, do that. Word Bearers. I'm surprised GW hasn't come for people who make content surrounding Warhammer. Like music. Because they seem to be going after other people for, like, content, but yeah, I found it. Oh, wait, this isn't even... Bro, this isn't... This is official content from Chaos Gate, right? This is official music from a game. I think, correct? I think it's lag. XDD Life. Bro, it's good, though. This song, bro, Red Dead music makes you think, man. Those characters are goated. It's crazy that people can create such good human characters. Like, they understand human emotion. They get it. These are real people. They're written so well. There you go, sir. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm fighting Yon mid as Misfortune. If we're doing song requests, try this. Well, song requests are $5, sir. Otherwise, we get my music. My tunes. My chooms.
Broken record. Tobias Fate gives his take for the 1000th time on
Bro,
RDR2
that's what
defense
streaming
speeches.
is, man. Listen, if you don't understand streaming, listen, you swines. What I do for a living, it's weird. It's a very strange beast. I can't explain it too well, but all I can say is there's a lot of yapping, running in circles, and losing your mind. Who knows? It's something like that. Your ring. It's a lot of in circles, you know, like, hey, can you talk about Red Dead? I wasn't here. And then another guy comes in, he's like, hey, how'd you like Red Dead? It's like,
30 seconds until minions spawn.
you know, if we could talk about a million things, I mean, we do talk about a million things, to be honest. I'm not really against any sort of topic unless it's not something for Twitch, but, you know. Red Dead Purgatory. I mean, that's heaven. You know, I don't think I'll be seeing any character in that game in heaven, but, like, yeah, the game's in heaven. When did this game come out? Bro, what are you linking me with music? Word Bearer's March. That sounds like something you'd hear in, like the 90s. Is that like a 90s game? Is it even from... It's from a game, right? Chaos Gate? That's like a 90s game. There's no way it's not. It is a classic weird one.
Have you ever played the Monkey Island games?
Is that where you roll around in a ball as a monkey? Is that what that is? No? Oh. Then maybe not.
No, that's Super Monkey Ball, and those games were
Super
goated.
Monkey Ball! I have no clue then.
Serve or die. I don't care if the others like you.
Tobias Blankies, Tobias Blankies.
Billy Badass. 91 months, thank you, man. 91 months, Choomba. No, Chaos Gate's a 40k game. Yeah, I know that, but when did it come out? Holy yoning. He's a yoning! All the way from his tower. With one ability. Whoops. Do it. No, please. Ow! Amumu! Amumu! Unlucky. 98. See, I literally said it was like a 90s game. It sounds like a 90s thing. Hamumu! You know, it's sad because I could have killed him if I didn't miss one singular E in lane. I actually missed one E. Ooh.
Hello, Tobias and chat.
Marino, hello, sir. Yeah, whatever you do, don't miss your shit. Whatever you do, do not miss. Okay, I need music. What do I want to put on? Ah, the classic, the classic. Who would have thought the classic? Here we go. All Misfortune is just scaling. Although I should be going Tear of the Goddess, because I believe I'm supposed to be going Mermana. And I should have had that early. Placide! He's dead
Good
now.
morning,
I hope we don't
lads.
channel him too much.
Let's make it a great day.
Yes, sir. Mayo, hello, sir. Oh, we will, don't worry. Dude, Placide was so stupid in that game. I like the character, but, like, remember how he died? That game is buggy as hell. Yeah, I should have went tier early. Like, you either... if he's alerted to you, you know, you gotta fight him, but, like... Bro, I walked around a door, I was like, where the fuck is this guy? And then he phased through the door. And then I broke his neck. Right? It went from, like, a 20-minute boss fight to a 1-second interaction. I don't know. Placide. Holy shit. Sasquatch. No, I mean, you could, you know, pull her fucking power core out, but that was a big bitch of a character. That was like a big mama. Good luck killing Yone. Holy shit. That is not going to happen, sir. What the hell did I used to build in this character? I haven't played MF in like 15 months. I think I went Mermana first item, and then something else. Can't remember. I think it was like Mermana full crit, Mermana collector maybe. Cyclo would be cool on this bitch.
An enemy has been slain.
You've work to do. Get on it.
Yo, how have you been enjoying Cyberpunk? I
Good,
haven't
sir.
had the chance to play yet. Don't
You'll
want
like it.
any spoils. Hope it's worth it.
I would say it's worth it. What I would say
You're
first and foremost
concerned,
is
do
tweak
ya?
your settings.
Please play
Tweak your
Monkey
settings.
Island theme by Michael Zedland.
Okay.
It's from the classic LucasArts adventure games.
Really, it's a
1 and
LucasArts
2
game.
remastered, by the way.
That's cool. Well, yeah, that's fine. You got it, sir. Nice. Give me 1 second, okay? And thank you for the dono, man. I would say if you want to enjoy Cyberpunk, you know, tweak your settings just a little bit. Well, a little ambitious, are we? No, you'll like it. I think it's good. 100% Cyberpunk's a good game. Yeah. Monkey Island theme.
Daily Red Dead
This one?
plays, please.
Oh, is Monkey Island some sort of like point-and-click adventure game? It's like an old school thing like that? Oh, we've already glazed the game, sir. No more. It is? Yeah. That's cool. I don't know if people these days like those games, but, you know, for the time that a lot of these were popular, I mean, it was cool. I remember playing point-and-click games as a child. I think there was a Star Wars one, there was like a Crayola one with like knights. It was cool. It's always the mystery, right? That's what they are.
CEO said about the Borderlands 4 pricing.
I did something about like if they're fans, they'll pay $80, right? Some dumb shit like that. I heard about that. That's weird. Thankfully, I'm not a fan, so I won't be paying $80. And if anything, that just makes people want to pirate the game even more, no? Like, who's going to want to listen to a guy who says, like, if you're a fan of our game, you're going to pay all this money?
If you are a fan, you will make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, that's a little interesting.
An ally has been slain.
Well, I think $80 for a new game sounds about normal, though, right? Isn't that what new games are worth? So, I guess it's more a matter of, like, what he said.
If paying, it's not owning, then pirating, it's not stealing.
Ugh. I think most new games are kind of $80. The issue with $80 games, you know, you can justify an $80 game if it's worth $80. You know, the problem with gaming these days is you pay too much for something that's incomplete, for something that's fixed through DLC or patches, or, you know, they ship garbage. Who knows? Nice.
If they want $80 for the game, then they better deliver $80
Exactly,
worth of content
exactly,
on day one,
100%,
not
exactly.
patched 2 years
Yep.
down the road.
That's exactly what I'm saying, right? I don't think people should get what they pay for. If you pay $100 for a game, it should be very much worth $100. You know?
An enemy has been slain.
You know, though, it really boils down to what people value. You know, in a way, he's kind of right. If you like the game, you're going to find a way to buy it. If you're a fan of the franchise, if you're a diehard fan, he's not wrong. You're probably going to buy it. You know, not everyone's going to want that, but diehard fans will. And I'm not saying, like, every diehard fan has to buy into it, but there will be people who will.
In my country, Cyberpunk is $200 frown.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's way too much money, man. Is Cyberpunk worth $200? I mean, it's worth something, but not 200.
You have slain an enemy.
No game is worth $200. But what about $200 of, like, Warhammer? Is that not worth $200? Like, probably not, but people value that more than the money. The time and the experience they spend with it. The memories, you know, they have. Whatever it may be. You aren't necessarily, like, it's so strange to put a price to things sometimes.
$200.
Like, I'll buy Warhammer that's $200. Yeah, I would. That's just what I think my money is worth. You know, I haven't bought Warhammer in fucking years, though, to be honest, but you know, we all value things differently. I think from the outside looking in, as someone who's not really a diehard and someone who's into that fandom.
Fan for Mario Kart. I'm not going to buy the new Mario Kart for €100.
No, yeah, 100. Hey, you value that however way you like, sir. You know, that's it, we all put price tags on things, despite seeing it. right? I'd pay 200 bucks for a fishing pole. Exactly, right?
Randy
But other people would say
Pitchford
that's a
is just
scam.
puppy and this is well known
You know?
and not surprising.
Yeah, Pitchford's kind of an interesting character. You know, it's...
I mean, Warhammer is also really overpriced, so...
I mean, everything you buy is technically overpriced because whoever's selling it is still making money off of it. If you think about it that way, right? Like, like you have to make money off products you sell, but you know, it's the value of that product. It's the value of the product to you in particular. You know, even if you price a game at $200, there will be an uproar. You know, 200 bucks is egregious for a game, considering we've had games worth, you know, half of that price.
And you're already over $200.
Yeah, you know, people value that stuff, though. It's not for everyone. It's not for the masses. But, you know, everyone will put a dollar value on something different. Right? Like, what do you value Grombrindle, the White Dwarf? Well, $1. It's $1. It's a little dumbass Warhammer miniature, right? I'd pay 20 bucks for that. That's what I like, you know? It's very... We all value different things. That's really all it is. 25, take it or leave it. You know, I think for the sake of, you know, the industry, the standards in the industry, that is something to be said, right? People typically want the standards. That's what it is. You know, you don't just go around
Also,
remaking the prices of things.
Between something material and something digital.
Depends on who you are. That's not always the case. Some people value... I value material things more than digital things, 100%. Like, if I was to sell a product, I would say, subjectively, that a physical good is worth your money more than a digital good. Subjectively. Well, it's just the standards, bro. If the industry is like, everything's about 80 to 100 bucks, I mean,
just
that's typically where it should be.
Digital but liquid TRKP.
TRKP. No, it's... You know, you can... for me, you can always... If you can hold something tangible...
How are you doing?
If you can hold something tangible and kind of say, like, this is where my money went. I mean, that's how I grew up. You know, I grew up on physical goods and toys and action figures and, you know, soccer balls and stuff like that. And not everyone's going to be that way. People like what they like. You know, the digital market is huge. You know? Like, as an example... Would I rather spend $100 on a digital game or a physical game? Well, to me, the physical game is always worth more, right? Because I can hold it. It's tangible. It's the same product. One of them is more convenient. The other one is, you know, a little less convenient, but I value the physical product more than the digital. And, I mean, again, everyone's different. You know, you're going to have people who thoroughly enjoy digital products and don't want to own physical goods. And, you know, I see the worth in both. I see the convenience without the clutter, but I see the money going somewhere that I can tangibly hold.
Action figures as a child, press 1.
I ate them. Sorry, Kyoko, hello. I'm very good, thank you. I was in a bit of a rant, sorry. It's almost Friday, which means fun day. Fun days on Fridays. Well, it's just collectible goods. It could be any sort of physical good. Cards, like in reality, what is a fucking Pokemon card worth? It's 5 cents, not even. You make a card, it's literally less than peanuts to create. But people will value these things at $1 million. And everyone's different, man. Like, we all enjoy what we enjoy, and, you know, we put our money where we think we want it to go. Right? There's no shame in it. If you want to go buy a $100 game because you really, really like it, who the hell's going to tell you otherwise? You know, you value your money differently. Everyone likes what they like. I'm not saying, you know, companies should put products out that are egregiously overpriced. Obviously not. But you should get what you pay for. If a game's $100, it should be worth $100. But if not, I mean, Again, some people can value that however they like, I suppose. It's just weird. Put this guy up. Money doesn't justify
Very
stupidity.
rarely I'll spend extra on
Well,
a game, but there are some indie games out there that I spend extra for the deluxe or whatever
Yeah, that's
version
cool.
because the devs truly deserve it.
Yeah. Hey, what you enjoy is worth it to you in your own way. You know, but you should still be level-headed about it, right? Like, just because you like Warhammer doesn't mean you buy a $5,000 fucking, Warhammer minifigure. You know, unless that thing is truly, incredible, right? You think about it. Branded deodorant. Yeah, exactly. You know what? I mean, for the sake of gaming, though, it is different. Because gaming is not a niche product.
Your children can't use your Steam account, and if they found about it, they just block all access because you don't own the games?
I did hear about something like that. I mean, there's always a market for something. For the sake of, like, streamlined, mass market video games, right? Things that are not indie projects, things that are the industry standard, right? People want to pay $80. People want to pay $70. Whatever the standard is at that time, that's typically what people will pay, right? Or else it wouldn't be at that price, So it's not like, again, I'm not a Randy Pitchford fan, but like at the same time, he's technically not wrong that people will buy that at $80, but if that's not the standard, then I mean, yeah, maybe a different story, right?
Everyone pays!
You want to get what you pay for.
I woke up today planning to donate for Yakuza Kuza's theme, but someone beat me to it.
Really?
So instead, I'd like to request Two Dragons by the Sega Sound team.
You got it, sir. Hey, Nisu, thank you, man. We can do that. That is true, but you know what? People don't want to wait 10 years to buy a game. Who the fuck wants to wait to say, like, oh, I buy the game for $70 today, if you have the funds, or I'll just wait 25 years before the game is, $5 in a value bin at Dollarama, right? People are excited, and you should be excited for games. Life isn't cheap, but you don't want to be blindly robbed by stupid shit like that, like, oh, we're making our game $200. Like, again, some people will value that so highly, and to them, that $200 is well spent. But for the average person who kind of isn't a very hardcore fan, they'll think much differently, for sure. Everyone's different. We like what we like, and we value things, according to. Let me put your song on, though, sir. Two dragons.
An enemy has been slain.
1 sec.
Enemy rampage.
Pretty sure I'm supposed to be going Cyrilda's. There you go, sir. Is he really that fast? Yeah. It depends on, well, you know what? People will buy things even if they aren't technically worth it because they love it so much. That's the reality of it, Everyone, if you got the funds and you love it, you're probably going to buy it, That doesn't mean it's worth it, exactly, but to you it might. DLCs were a mistake? I don't think so. I don't think DLCs are a mistake at all. I think when you create something, you don't know the whole picture. When you make a game, maybe you do want to add bonus content that is separate from the main game, but still ties into, like, you know, what you've given people. When you create something, you only know so much. You know, as ideas, you know, spew out of your fucking brain, maybe you're like, oh, let's make a DLC regarding this. Let's do this. Let's do that. I actually like the idea of DLCs. But you should complete the main game first, right? Like, do as much as you can and then maybe do... It could be cut content, though. For sure, it could be. But, you know, there's a million different reasons, I'm sure, as to why people have cut content or whatever it may be. You know, making a game, I'm sure, isn't very black and white. There's just so many fucking things. The pacing is one of them. You know, the more content you add, technically, as well, that's great, but maybe it doesn't really serve what you want to do with the time you have for the game. You know, maybe you want little side quests and stuff like that. Like, yeah, DLC should complement the game. They shouldn't kind of fix it. You know? It should just be something, oh, in addition to. €90 Super Mecha Godzilla figure. That's cool, bro. If you like that shit, that's worth it to you, all the more reason to buy it, man. You know, be reasonable, of course, but that's awesome. Hey, if you're on this planet, bro, for X amount of years, if you have the chance at being happy with the things you've bought, you know, the people you're surrounded with, the experiences you get to fucking live through, great, dude. That should be a burn. Well, most people would buy DLC if they like the game. I think DLC... You know what? You know what's a failed DLC? DLC should only exist... Okay, one of the worst DLCs I've ever played, one of the worst implemented at that, absolute scam, is the Callisto Protocol. Press 1 if you've seen the Callisto Protocol's DLC. That is a scam. That is a scam. I've never seen a DLC so egregious. It was basically, so the way it worked was, at the end, I'm gonna spoil Callisto, so if you care about that, you know, mute, leave, whatever. The Callisto Protocol ends on a cliffhanger. It ends on a cliffhanger. You're in a room, and you don't know what happens. The DLC, as in you have to buy the fucking DLC, pay money for it, is the finale of the game. You have to pay for the fucking end of the game. Or else you don't know the whole picture. It is an absolute pile of shit. And the DLC is, like, depressing. It kind of shits on the character quite a bit. I've played the RE8 DLC. It's good. Is that even legal? Bro, it's so dumb. If people hated the game, playing the DLC is an even bigger reason to hate that shit. It really is just disturbing. Very, very stupid, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, MF is a fucking... This character's like OP, man. This character's good. Resident Evil games shouldn't have DLC. I think... You know what? There are some games that I think should have it, and some games that don't. I'm kind of glad we don't have Red Dead DLC. You know, it is a storied game. It says what it says, and it finishes on a great note. A very depressing one. But, like, that game doesn't need DLC. There are things that you don't want DLC for, but if the world is so expansive, and you're able to tell more stories, like, as an example, Cyberpunk 100% should have DLCs. There's no reason it shouldn't. It's a semi-open world. It's a vast setting. There's a million different conflicts. You know, you can have a lot. Well, Undead Nightmare is good, but I guess if we're talking about canonical DLCs, not every game needs canonical DLCs, is what I'm saying. You can have fun content that has no connection.
DLC, but Terry's a bonus mission with Uncle that you can play in the Ultimate Edition.
Really? I might have played it. Like, the fun, nonsensical, you know, DLCs that have no connection to the story is great. You can always create those, but for the sake of, like, you know, what you do in Cyberpunk, I mean, that DLC is awesome. And it just lends itself to the story, if anything. It was done well. I mean, Elden Ring's DLC was great, too. Same thing, right? It lends itself to the story. Ghost Recon? I haven't played Ghost Recon since I was, like, a child. Some DLC is awesome, man. I support that entirely. You know what also had a good DLC is Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds had good DLC. Resident Evil 7 had good DLC. What was the... Dark Souls 3 had good DLC, right? Going into, like, the painted world? Was that it? Fucking Elden Ring had amazing DLC. That was fucking cool. Yeah, we can still win this game if we get, like, a good 5v5. Jesus. I think Alistair's like one-shotting me with the dragon. Okay.
You have slain an enemy.
I think it's, you know, again, I don't think DLC is a waste, but I do think some of it can be really stupid and pointless. You know, I'm surprised Baldur's Gate didn't have a DLC. I guess that game is just so good that it, like, had nothing more to say. They had no side quests or little tangents to go on, right? Which I think they for the sake of D&D, I mean, the whole game is a side quest. That's D&D is a bunch of side quests, right? So, like, interesting that they didn't want to go that route.
How much
I just got
have you
randomly
considered the Telltale Walking Dead series?
I've looked into it. It's been in the Discord. I do skim and look through pretty much every game. You know, if it's posted, I'll look at it. I don't think it's come up often in the Discord, but I believe someone posted it, I think. It doesn't need DLC. You know, what's interesting to me is, well, for the sake of, I mean, D&D is the most DLC-oriented universe that you could have. You're always going on an adventure doing something. That warrants DLC. For the sake of how you make a game out of that, I mean, if they don't want to tell anything more, leave it as it is.
The enemy's inhibitor has respawned.
You could really create side quest DLC, and I mean very different side quest DLC. Find a cave system, adventure into a haunted fucking, like, town. There's a million things you could do for the sake of, for content. But yeah, if you want to focus on your next game, absolutely, man. Like, 100%. You're dead, dude. Dude, I fucking hurt, man. This character's OP. You know, there are games that, like, I'm sure you wouldn't second guess paying another $100 for. There are a few games. Like, we haven't played Baldur's Gate. I played a bit of the intro Baldur's Gate, but, like, from what I've heard with the amount of content in that game, I'm sure it's about a $100 game. For Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm sure that is a $100 game. You know, there's a lot of experiences out there where you can really sink so many hours into it and still feel like you haven't even scratched the surface. You know? Yeah. 100%? Yeah. Like, it's... You know, that's why when you hear something like Grand Theft Auto is going to be about $100, well, we hope it's worth $100, you know? What that means to everyone isn't always the same, but I think for the average, you know, non-super fan, you know, you do want it to be worth that. You gotta have some faith. Let's do shield bow. Actually, Kraken. Yeah, sure. Kraken is good. No, Kraken's great. Holy damage galore. That's half of Jin's HP.
Enemy double kill.
Fine. I Q'd Alistar and it hit Jin. The Q bounce took him out to... Oh! I mean, maybe! There may be a chance. Oh, sorry, it's not Jin, it's fucking Aphelios. It just looked like Jin. Look at Kraken, bro. What the hell? I'm on that Fent. You know what? Whatever the game goes on. Dude, MF is so broken. How do you... Is this character all base damage? It's gotta be. Like, Love Tap is broken as shit. It's basically a GP passive without true damage.
Enemy has been slain.
That is nuts. Her W is good, too, with attack speed and resetting that. That's good. The E is set up, the ult's like insane DPS, the Q is insane DPS, the passive is insane DPS, the W is just mobility. Very interesting. Well, I mean, the only reason this champ is any decent, though, is basically... I mean, her base numbers are good. She's got good numbers. Holy shit! God damn! Fucking one-tap people. Bro, you got a crit fucking ultimate. you know, Misfortune's ultimate is very, very satisfying if you can get the wombo. Like, you absolutely melt everyone. It's insane. It's a fucking nuclear bomb going off.
Brother, what?
It's good. Okay, let's go mid. Still play D&D with a character inspired by your Elden Ring time. That's cool, man. Hey, you know, that's the beauty of Elden Ring. It inspires. It's just insane, you know? Everything you do in that game is just so bizarre. It's different. And then when you have D&D, I mean, that's also very different, right? So, art inspires art. Random, mundane things can be something special. I mean, for God's sake, they turned a fucking tree into a character in League. That's like the most basic of thing, no? It works. He's one of the best. You can't patent trees, bud. But now you can with Ivern. Did no damage. I think I griefed. A little bit of a sussy troll moment. Okay, we lose this game for sure. Oi, oi, oi! Oi, 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 oi! I actually thought I'd one-shot that guy. And I did no damage to him. He's got boots. Eh, it's okay, though. Are you ill? I'm always fucking ill. Original cast for Baldur's Gate 3 use their characters in their own D&D campaigns? No, that's cool. I mean, if you play a character like that, you know them well. Why not? You've essentially played a D&D character when you've made a character for a game. Right? No, the MF game was good. Regardless of how it went, I mean, it was a good game. As long as you've enjoyed the game, you've won. Even if you lose, you've won. And that was a good MF game. Cooking stream. It's happening already. It's locked in. I think if I had, like... If you took, like, rapid fire cannon... If I took RFC, maybe, instead of Kraken, I wouldn't be committing suicide. Because, like, you do kind of go... You get antsy as an ADC sometimes when you have items. Because you feel like you can do something, but then you walk up and get shit on. RFC might have been different. Just a bit. Especially with Fleet, because you can have RFC active, and then you proc it from, like, 18 miles away, and you just run away for free. It is what it is, sir. It is what it is. I don't think RFC would have been worse. I think it would have been fine. It's 100% crit chance, which isn't really that bad.
Can you play Master of My Fate by Ye Banished Privateers next time you play music?
I could do that right now. Thank you, sir. Hang on. One sec. Let me go get that.